Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Gretchen Rossi and Slade Smiley slammed narcissistic monster mom Tamra judge. Real Housewives of Orange County's Gretchen Rossi and Slade Smiley trashed Tamra Judge for being a cheating, deflecting narcissist. During an interview on Juicy Scoop, Gretchen and Slade aired their scroll of grievances with the longest-running Real Housewife. "You don't think we see your first husband called you out for cheating on him. You got caught cheating on Simon. Then you're with Eddie. Then there's articles that come out about you having a fling with Eddie. But you're going to point your finger at Jen and go, 'You're the cheater. You're the deadbeat dad.'" Slade snapped, "Your kids are the ones who came out and said you were a monster mom." Gretchen snarked, "Not your kid," to Slade. Slade called out one of the tricks up Tamra's sleeve. "There's this deflection. Every time she points her finger, it's because she's doing something behind the scenes. You're the ones leaking stories." Gretchen added that Tamra tries to turn situations around to villainize others. "She wants to say anytime there's a microphone in front of me that I'm talking about her. Yes, because people ask me all the stuff that you've done to me over the years. So I'm going to respond to the questions I'm getting asked." The podcast host brought up Tamra saying Jen was a single white female, down to wearing her hair extensions. Gretchen thinks it's the most narcissistic thing to say. Tamra has said that about everybody. Lizzie Rossi wanted to be her. I wanted to be her. Now it's Jen. Newsflash, nobody wants to be you, Tamra. It's ridiculous that she even makes those claims. It really is such a narcissistic thing to say. The drama in the Real Housewives universe never seems to take a day off. Just when fans thought the long-simmering feud between Gretchen Rossi, Slade Smiley, and Tamra Judge had fizzled into the archives of Bravo history, the fire has been reignited, and this time it's roaring louder than ever. Gretchen and Slade, who have never been shy about airing their grievances when it comes to their former castmate, recently unleashed a fiery tirade, labeling Tamra a narcissistic monster mom. Their remarks have sent shockwaves through Bravo fandom, with loyal viewers debating whether the pair finally said out loud what many have long whispered, or if they crossed the line with their scathing accusations. Old wounds, new words. The saga between Gretchen, Slade, and Tamra is legendary within the RHOC timeline. Fans remember vividly how Tamra often accused Gretchen of being fake, manipulative, and a gold digger, while Gretchen and Slade fired back that Tamra thrived on tearing other women down. Over the years, the battles were so heated that reunions often felt like televised combat zones. Still, time and distance had seemingly cooled things off until now. According to Gretchen, the truce was nothing more than a mirage. In a recent interview, she pulled no punches. Tamra's entire brand is built on trashing people, and she does it with zero regard for the damage she causes, Gretchen claimed. She hides behind her funny housewife label, but let's be real, she's a narcissistic monster mom who uses anyone and everyone, including her own kids, for storyline. Slade, ever loyal to his partner, chimed in with his own fiery critique. "I've seen the destruction she leaves behind. The way she weaponized her kids against Simon, her ex-husband, was brutal. That's not entertainment, that's emotional warfare. And she's proud of it. That's what makes her a monster." The monster mom allegation. The phrase monster mom didn't come out of thin air. Over the years, Tamra's complicated relationships with her children, particularly her daughter Sydney, have been a matter of public record. Fans recall Sydney moving in with Simon, publicly expressing frustration with her mother's behavior. Although Tamra has often defended herself by saying her strained relationships were the result of custody battles and manipulation, her critics insist there's a darker truth, that Tamra's thirst for attention eclipses her ability to prioritize family. Gretchen and Slade have seized on that narrative, suggesting that Tamra's public feuds and personal betrayals have permanently damaged her image. "You can't scream at your children on camera. humiliate your ex, and then cry victim when it backfires, Slade said. That's not what a good mom does. That's what a narcissist does. And she's made an entire career off of it. History repeating itself. For longtime Bravo watchers, this is hardly the first time Tamra has been accused of going too far. She's been at the center of more feuds than almost any other housewife in history. Vicky Gunvalson, Jana Keough, Alexis Bellino, Kelly Dodd, and Shannon Beador, just to name a few. Yet, despite the criticism, Tamra has managed to remain a fan favorite for her quick wit, shady confessionals, and undeniable ability to stir the pot. But Gretchen and Slade argue that Tamra's popularity comes at too steep a cost. People laugh because she's outrageous, but no one seems to notice the collateral damage, Gretchen explained. She tears people down to stay relevant. I've seen firsthand how malicious she can be, and honestly, I don't know how she sleeps at night. Slade added, it's like watching a cycle. Every season, she picks her target, destroys them publicly, and then plays victim. That's not entertainment, it's cruelty, and unfortunately, Bravo rewards it. Fans divided. Unsurprisingly, social media lit up as soon as Gretchen and Slade's Monster Mom comments made headlines. Team Tamra loyalists rushed to defend their queen, calling Gretchen and Slade bitter, irrelevant, and desperate to cling to any scrap of publicity. Gretchen and Slade haven't been relevant in years, one fan tweeted. They're just jealous Tamra is still on RHC while they're sitting at home. Others, however, sided with Gretchen and Slade, arguing that Tamra's on-camera antics often cross ethical lines. Finally, someone said it, another fan posted. Tamra is entertaining, sure, but let's not pretend she hasn't ruined people's lives just to keep her orange. A long-running battle of egos. To understand why this feud refuses to die, one must look back at the dynamics of early RHOC. When Gretchen first joined the cast, Tamra was already entrenched as the sharp-tongued, tell-it-like-it-is housewife. Their clash was inevitable. Gretchen was younger, glamorous, and came with her own dramatic backstory, while Tamra saw her as a threat to her screen dominance. The two went head-to-head in ways that were both riveting and toxic. Slade's presence only made things messier. His history with other housewives, dating Jo De La Rosa and Lori Peterson, gave Tamra endless ammunition, and she used every opportunity to paint Slade as a deadbeat dad. Slade never forgave her for those accusations, especially since they dragged his son Grayson, who was battling health issues, into the public spotlight. Now, years later, the wounds are still fresh. Gretchen and Slade insist that their critiques of Tamra aren't about petty revenge, but about finally speaking truth to power. We're not bitter, Gretchen said firmly. We've moved on from Housewives. We've built our own lives, and we're happy. But when someone like Tamra continues to play the victim while destroying everyone around her, we can't just stay silent. What's next for the feud? With Tamra firmly back on RHOC and Bravo fans more engaged than ever, Gretchen and Slade's comments couldn't have come at a juicier time. Whether Tamra will clap back remains to be seen, but if history is any indication, she won't take the Monster Mom label lying down. In fact, insiders suggest that Tamra is already preparing a scathing rebuttal on her podcast, Two Teeth in a Pod. And if Tamra decides to drag Gretchen and Slade through the mud again, the feud could easily spill back onto reality TV screens, reviving the very drama Bravo thrives on. The bigger picture. The Rossi Smiley versus Judge drama isn't just about three former castmates slinging insults. It's about the culture of reality television itself. Gretchen and Slade argue that the system rewards bad behavior, pushing people like Tamra to embrace villainous roles at the expense of their personal lives. Bravo loves a villain, Slade remarked, but when the cameras turn off, the damage doesn't go away. Tamra chose to play that role, and now she's living with the consequences. Gretchen agreed, adding, "We're not perfect either, but we never sacrificed family for fame. That's the difference between us and her. And at some point, people need to call it what it is: narcissism, pure and simple. Final thoughts. The war of words between Gretchen Rossi, Slade Smiley, and Tamra Judge proves that in the world of Real Housewives, grudges never truly die. They just wait for the right moment to resurface. Whether you see Gretchen and Slade as brave truth-tellers or bitter ex-stars desperate for relevance, their monster mom comments have reignited one of Bravo's most infamous rivalries. And if Tamra has her way, the last word hasn't been spoken. In fact, for fans of reality TV, the drama is just getting started.